Namaste to you all. First of all, a very happy Environment Day. Welcome back to the series of An Article a Day Makes a Excellent Way, a smart way to enhance your vocabulary and expressive skills. My name is Lalina Lipakshi from Kendra Vidyalaya Malkangiri, a student of class 12. I am here to read out today's article for you. Here's presenting today's article.
The time to limit global warming is melting away. Written by Alok Sharma. This article has been collected from the official website of The Hindu. There are no second chances and nation must use COP26 to address the enormous threat of climate change. This is an incredibly difficult time for the world. The world is facing two momentous challenges, COVID-19 and climate change. Both need us to come together globally to find a way forward. World Environment Day, June 5, is an important moment to take stock on climate change. When I was in India earlier this year, my first visit to Asia is in my new role. I saw firsthand India's ambitious work on renewable energy and hold vital discussion with government leaders including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, businesses and civil society. I was inspired by the resolve I saw. India's response. India has a strong record on tackling climate change, including impressive domestic target to have 450 GW of renewable energy by 2030 and establishing the International Solar Alliance and the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. India played a critical role in delivering the landmark Paris Agreement, and we are looking just as closing with India in the run-up to COP26, the 26th UN Climate Change Conference of the Parties, to be hosted by the UK in Glasgow from November 1 to 12, 2021. Last month, Mr. Modi and the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson committed through the 2030 UK-India roadmap to work closely together to the best way to drive the green growth agenda. They reaffirmed their personal commitment to work together for an ambitious outcome in November and sustained action beyond. When the UK welcomed the countries of the world to Glasgow in 5 months' time, it would be a moment to get the world on track to address the enormous threat of climate change and build a cleaner, brighter future for everyone. In 2015, the world signed the Paris Agreement to limit global temperature rises to well below 2 degree, aiming for 1.5 degree. Before the science tell us that would avoid the worst effect of climate change. Emissions have to be cut. In terms of limiting warmings, every fraction of a degree makes a difference. An average global temperature rise of 2 degrees Celsius compared to 1.5 degrees Celsius would see hundreds of millions more people affected. The Climate Action Tracker estimates that countries' current emissions reduce target have us on course for average temperature rise of 2.4 degrees Celsius. To limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, we must have global emission by 2030. So that this is the decisive decade. This is what makes this year's COP so critical. And as host of COP26, the UK is pressing for urgent action around four key goals. First, to keep 1.5 degrees Celsius within reach, globally we need to reach net zero by the middle of the century. To achieve this, we will need to take strong action over the next decade. In the UK, we have found that setting ambitious short term targets backed up by a net zero target has given a clear signal that the future is low carbon. India will reach in its own decision but I firmly believe India has an opportunity to show that a different development path is possible, an opportunity to be at the forefront of a new global green transition with all the benefits of job and cleaner air that brings. India has already proved it has to be innovative and political will do this. India has quadrupled wind and solar capacity in the last decade. Our second goal is to protect people and nature from the worst effect of climate change. Even as the world has been dealing with the novel coronavirus pandemic, the dangers of global warming have continued to become more evident. Having been born in India and having spent time as the UK Secretary of State for International Development, I am committed that this COP will deliver for the communities most vulnerable to climate change. The two cyclones, Tokte and Yash, that hit India last month show that we must act on the very real need for cyclone defense, ex- warning systems, and other vital efforts to minimize, avert, and address the loss and damage caused by climate change. India's CDRI with the UK is proud to partner on is already a great initiative towards this. Funding promise. Our third goal is for developed country to deliver the $100 billion they promised annually to support developing countries. The UK is pushing for all developed countries to increase their climate finance commitments ahead of COP26 to deliver the right flow of finance and technology to meet the need of countries such as India in their transition. This is a personal priority for me, one that I am to work tirelessly to deliver. We need all developed countries to step up as it is a matter of trust. Working as a team. Fourth, we must work together to deliver on these goals. That includes building conscience among governments for an ambitious, balanced, and inclusive outcome so that the negotiations in Glasgow are a success, as well as bringing businesses and civil society on board behind our COP26 goal and building up international collaboration in critical sector. We must act now to launch a concerted effort to reduce emission throughout the next decade and must use the COVID-19 recovery to reimagine our economies, building a better future. I call on all countries to step up efforts on these goals because COP26 is our last chance for keeping hopes of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius alive and our best chance of building a brighter future, a future of green jobs and cleaner air. This is our moment. There are no second chance. Let us seize it together. Alok Sharma is COP26 President. The special words that have been selected for the current articles are ambitious of a plan or piece of work intended to satisfy high aspirations and therefore difficult to achieve. For example, an ambitious enterprise. Next word, coalition. The joining together of different political parties or group for a particular purpose, usually for a limited time, or a government that is formed in this way. For example, government by coalition has its own particular sets of problems. Resilient, able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. Babies are generally far more resilient than new parents realize. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Keep learning.